Alright guys, it's a beautiful Tuesday morning. Looks like not everyone's up, but it is bright. It is bright for 6:45. Had my first meal and now I'm headed to a anatomy class. Let's see how it all goes. I'll see you guys leg day.
Leg day.
Alright guys, so we finally made it back home. It's time to go train legs, but first I'm just gonna have my pre-workout shake here, which is whey, waxy maize, and olive oil. So down the hatch. And I think the topic for this video is going to be what's been happening with my diet, and if you need to eat 8 meals a day to get big as fuck, or if it's based on calories, how much protein you need, because after about 7 weeks of doing Dave's diet, I've learned a lot, and I've learned what I can and can't handle. So I'm gonna finish this, kick back for like 10 or 20 minutes, watch some YouTube, and then I'll see you guys in the gym. Legs, legs, legs. We're gonna warm up today, a little bit of glute and hamstring work, and then get into squats and see if that makes it easier or just makes me feel like I'm going to have a straighter bar path. Because I feel like although the front squat is quad dominant, if my glutes and hams aren't firing, I tend to kind of fall forward or just have a forward bar path. So not necessarily leaning forward, but the bar goes forward, and I don't like that. It does not feel good. So we're just gonna switch it up and see how that goes, and I'll catch you guys in the gym. Let's do it.
I can't believe
Alright guys, so we're here for a simple one-part voiceover. You're watching my top set of front squats. I know, 155. It's not heavy at all, but again, I'm watching my back, and today I did like a full-on, more of a typical Tom Platz style workout because I watched one of his videos last night, and just the crazy volume and reps and like failure point he hit was just super epic. So I did 135 for 20 reps and then 155 for like, I don't know how many reps, 16 to 20, and I dropped it. And before that, I absolutely killed hamstrings and glutes with high volume. And basically what I mean by Tom Platz style is to kind of pick 1 or 2 sets per exercise and kind of pick them strategically so you don't gas yourself, and go to failure and then just keep going. So it's something that you need to practice and work up to. Like here I'm at rep 20 or 21 with 225 on glute bridges, and I feel like I want to stop, obviously, but you always have more in the tank. It's just a matter of really digging deep and going there and feeling like you, I don't know, just want to do your best every single time. And that's why I go back to the gym, guys. It doesn't matter if this is going to build more muscle than doing 10 sets of 3. What I care about is how I feel that my gym progress is going. And if my gym progress is going to go 1% slower because I want to train like this, but I'm 10 times feeling more accomplished, then I'm gonna do that. Because when I leave it all in the gym, like on this one of these sets here on leg extensions, I don't even know how many reps I did. I did like 40 reps probably with 100 pounds, and normally I stop at 20 to 25. But it just feels so damn good. So we did that, crushed everything, and then hit some heavy calves, and that was it. Enjoy. Peace. All right, guys, what's going on? So for those of you that follow me, I'm sure you're wondering my input as to how 8 meals per day has felt lately and the amount of protein intake that I've been taking. So honestly, it's been a real challenge, and over the 7 weeks, I definitely learned a lot about what I can handle and maybe what I should and shouldn't do. So let me write out quickly the amount of protein that I was intaking, and then we'll get into it because it turns out it's a hell of a lot. Alright guys, so I'm going to try to run through this quickly and not make any errors and not have to edit. But basically a typical day on a non-training day was 4 eggs plus whites, but I'm not even going to count them. 50 whey, 30 whey, and then 3 7-ounce chicken meals and 2 beef meals. So what I've learned from cooking tons of meat and weighing it is anytime you cook beef on the pan or meat or chicken, it's usually going to weigh about 70% of its original weight. So this in raw would be about 30, this pen sucks, 30 ounces raw, and this right here would be 20 ounces raw. So that's every day a total of 50 ounces raw of meat every single day. And given that about a pound of chicken has 100 grams of protein and that's 16 ounces raw, each and every day I was having about 200 grams of protein from chicken, and from beef, we'll just call it like 125. So every single day that was 325 from my meat sources, and from the eggs, we'll say another 25. So we're looking at about 350 per day plus 80 grams of whey and trace sources. So of pure protein, I was getting about 450 per day, or I'm sorry, 430. And if you add the trace, we were looking at 450 grams of protein a day. Now, I'm not a vegan or a vegetarian, and I have no intention on becoming one, but 50 ounces of raw meat every single day, when you divide that by 16, 32, 4, that's over 3 pounds of meat every day, which is like 22 pounds a week. So like I said, I'm not a vegan, but when you're in the off season and you're trying to gain weight, force feeding meat is like the worst feeling in the world. I understand, like if you have an appetite and you eat a ton of meat with like a balanced meal, that's understandable. But when you're like choking down pieces of chicken and beef because you have no appetite, it's counterproductive, first of all, in the off season because your digestion is going to be shit. And honestly, it's such a waste of animal protein. So again, this isn't about animal rights or animal cruelty or anything, but every time I sat down to eat for the past few weeks, I was just thinking, like, how disgusting is it that I'm force feeding all this meat when it's doing me no benefit and it's actually harming my digestion and probably harming my health. So I'll probably double check these numbers, and if I make any serious errors, I'll like edit the video. But this is what every non-training day looked like. 450 grams of protein. And honestly, like, I would never recommend more than 250 grams of protein for any person ever. Maybe if you're in like a severe caloric deficit and you're a competitive physique athlete, if you want to call it, you can get near the 300 range, like 330 depending on your size. But that's like totally opposite spectrum of what I'm doing. I'm trying to eat a healthy diet to gain weight, and in no way, shape, or form was 450 grams of protein doing that for me. Nonetheless, eating like 20 plus pounds of animal flesh a week was honestly repulsive when I was already felt like I had been overeating for weeks and weeks. So this is basically it. I'm not doing this diet anymore. I did it for 6.5-ish weeks, and I never calculated the macros because it would have pained me to see these numbers and continue to eat that diet. But you guys have been asking, and I learned a lot. I learned what not to do, and that's definitely not to eat like this. I'd much rather have my protein in the 200 to 250 range. When I'm dieting, maybe 250 to 300, but for just bulking purposes, maybe 6 meals a day is all you need, including your shakes, so 4 meals and 2 shakes. And this is definitely not anything I'm ever going to do again. Live and learn. And yeah, that's pretty much something I wanted to show you guys because it's been a long ass 6 weeks. I don't feel like I've made the progress I've made, and I'm tired of eating every meal like I'm extremely full and waking up full and going to bed full. So 450 grams of protein, guys. I don't think you need to do it no matter how big you are. And let's just say personally, I think it's the dumbest thing I've ever done with my diet. It's like a cheat day every day. It feels worse than that. eating challenge. It's horrible.